A terrifying storm named Super Typhoon Ragasa is barreling towards southern China and Hong Kong, packing sustained winds of around 220 kilometers per hour, with gusts even stronger, and already leaving behind a legacy of flooding, deaths, and mass displacement across the northern Philippines. In Guangdong province, authorities have sounded dual red alerts for storm surges and high waves, a rare measure reserved for only the most extreme situations. Schools, factories, and businesses across at least 10 cities have been shut, while hundreds of thousands of people are under mandatory evacuation orders. Ferries, flights, and trains have been cancelled as the region prepares for a potential disaster on the scale of past mega typhoons, or worse. The typhoon is pushing massive seas off Guangdong's coast. Waves of 4 to 7 meters high are expected, and in the South China Sea, some swells could reach 8 to 13 meters, according to the National Marine Environmental Forecasting Center. Officials warn these surges may coincide with high tide, magnifying the risk of catastrophic flooding in densely populated coastal zones. Hong Kong has raised its storm signal to number 8, ordering residents to remain indoors. Hundreds of flights have been cancelled, schools and financial markets shut down, and public transport suspended. Authorities are bracing for widespread flooding in low-lying districts as Ragasa's outer bands lash the territory with gale-force winds and torrential rain. In the Philippines, Ragasa has already left at least 3 people dead and forced tens of thousands of residents from their homes. Provinces such as Cagayan and Apayao were battered by landslides and floods, with fishing villages devastated by storm surges. Power lines are down across large parts of northern Luzon, leaving entire towns cut off from communication as rescue teams struggle to reach survivors. Emergency services in southern China are reinforcing critical infrastructure, converting schools and stadiums into shelters, stockpiling food and medical supplies, and deploying tens of thousands of soldiers, police, and firefighters. In Shenzhen alone, nearly 400,000 people are being evacuated. In rural coastal regions, families are stacking sandbags, boarding up windows, and moving vehicles to higher ground in a desperate race against time. According to the Global Disaster Alert and Coordination System, GDACS, up to 12.7 million people across East Asia could be exposed to Ragasa's destructive winds, storm surges, and floods. The typhoon circulation is so vast, it blankets the entire Pearl River Delta, threatening China's most important economic hub with an unprecedented disruption to supply chains, power networks, and transportation. Experts, including forecasters cited by the World Meteorological Organization, WMO, emphasize that Ragasa is a stark reminder of how the climate crisis is making storms faster, wetter, and more violent. Warmer ocean waters are fueling rapid intensification, creating systems that grow stronger in hours rather than days. This leaves less time to prepare, forcing governments and communities into emergency response mode. Global media are now tracking Ragasa by the hour. Images from the Philippines show flooded streets, wrecked ships, and families huddled in crowded evacuation centers. In China, supermarkets are emptying. Long lines stretch outside fuel stations, and coastal cities look like fortresses bracing for siege. For millions across southern China and Hong Kong, Ragasa is not just a storm, it is a test of resilience. With climate extremes becoming the new normal, the question haunting Asia is no longer if disasters of this scale will strike again, but when.